Hello and welcome to my lessons. This video is one of a series of lessons made up of various video, audio, and written study contents. It aims to improve the listening, pronunciation, grammar, and everyday vocabulary of English language learners. Each lesson, therefore, includes pronunciation and grammar exercises, everyday vocabulary in use, and related quizzes. Everything spoken is transcribed, so you can read and listen at the same time if you wish. I hope you find this lesson useful, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comments section, and I'll be happy to answer them as soon as possible. When we haven't seen a friend or acquaintance for a while, we could greet and ask them, "What have you been doing?" Or, "What have you been up to?" Now time to listen to what some people say they've been doing. We'll have a closer look at this verb form later in the lesson. So, what have you been doing?
Actually, I've just started going out with a very nice guy. He's a uni student, very smart and gentle and quite good looking. He respects me and treats me well, so I guess I'm cautiously excited.
I've been studying French online for the past 3 months and I've really been getting into it. French is tough to learn, as is every other language, I suppose. Anyway, I've done my level best and I just can't wait to get to France and use my French in real situations. But for now, back to studying.
I've been working in our head office lately. Business has picked up and I'm doing great. But I must still work harder because I've decided to buy a house and start a family with my fiancée. Hard work will pay off. You betcha.
I've been busy shopping. I just bought a stylishly exotic pair of earrings. They cost a fortune, but I had to have them.
Lately, I've been staying home with my 5 adorable puppies. I play with them and they get excited, and before I know it, they jump all over me. They lick and nip my arms, my face, my ears, my nose, all that mouthing behaviour. But anyway, I've always been ticklish and I just cover my face and laugh. And when there's laughter, there's no stress.
My wife and I have just bought a house and we've been doing so much to the place since we moved in. At the moment, although the floor looks clean, I get to wipe off any possible stain on it. She says she likes a stainless floor, and who's to argue?
I've been working and worrying. Lately, I've been noticing a few tiny wrinkles on my face, around my eyes, on my forehead. Oh my God, don't do this to me yet. I don't ever want to have Botox.
I've been reading an interesting book in Braille for the last couple of weeks, and as you can see, I'm visually impaired, and I'm proud to say I can read Braille.
Well, recently I've been spending a little time going to the local bar by myself, having a drink al fresco and browsing the web on my new tablet.
Nothing special. Actually, I have been having some issues, you know. The exams, of course, a lot of catching up to do. But I've also just split up with my boyfriend. Yeah, he's a loser. He lost a treasure like me, and just as well, because I don't need a loser.
I've been hanging out with Zoe. She has to finish an essay and I have to read a book about the benefits of being thrifty and discuss in a tutorial. Sounds boring, but it's actually got some cool tips on how to be thrifty and save money for a rainy day.
The following questions are about the vocabulary used by the speakers. Tense and aspect. Every verb form has a tense and an aspect. Tense is when something happens, and aspect is how that happens. In other words, tense shows that the time of action is either in the past, present, or future, while aspect shows whether an action is completed, repeated, and/or continues. In the previous part, all the speakers used verbs in the present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Let's see how they are formed. Now, first let's see when these grammar structures are used, and then have a look at some prepositions and adverbs that commonly appear with them. Present perfect simple. We use the present perfect simple when the verb is completed in the recent past, but it still has some influence on or relevance to the present. Generally, when we use this verb form, we don't mention the specific time of action. For example, we don't say, I have been to China in 2006. If we need to mention the specific time of action, we use the past simple. I was in China in 2006. Present perfect continuous. When we use the present perfect continuous, we mean that an action starts in the past and continues or is repeated, and since it continues in the present, the action is incomplete. For example, he has been going to China. This means that he's taken some trips to China and is still doing so or plans to do so. Since the action continues or is repeated, it has a duration, which can be mentioned in a sentence. Now let's look at a few prepositions commonly used with the present perfect continuous. Adverbs are words that mostly modify verbs. Many of them are single words that end with the suffix ly. An adverb phrase is an adverb with at least two words. Notice that adverbs are movable in that they can appear in different parts of a sentence, but we'll have more on various types of adverbs in a future lesson. Now, time to listen to some people using these verb forms along with their associated prepositions and adverbs.
I've been a sound engineer for nearly 6 years, mixing a lot of catchy songs ever since I started working. It's been just awesome.
For the last hour, I've been perusing this report about the company's new project. This information shows that opening the new chain store this year may not be so profitable. I must say it's been a very eye-opening document.
I've been trying on different sun hats since the sun came up this morning, and I've only just found the one I wanted.
I've been sitting here reading my first ever job contract a couple of times this morning. I feel wonderful. It's been a dream come true. I just couldn't be happier. Can't wait to tell my family and close friends. They know that I've worked hard for it and deserve it.
Because of the poor judgments and bad decisions I've recently been making, I'm absolutely, extremely mad at myself.
My sweet baby girl and I have been having so much fun dancing every day, haven't we, darling?
I've recently been training a new employee. The company could do with new ideas for product design. She's young and enthusiastic and pretty smart, so the training's been a breeze.
I've been working on my assignment all day long. I've taken some time off work to finish my degree in hospitality, but I've been keeping an eye on my business too. Mustn't neglect your bread and butter.
I've been wearing makeup every day since I became a fashion model 4 years ago. Before, it was an occasional thing I did when I went out, but now I do it for my career. I enjoy doing it even though it can be a little time-consuming.
I've been doing a course in wine testing for a couple of weeks. It's got both theory and practice, and it's been interesting. We've been learning techniques to develop our palate for it. And no, we don't get tipsy.
I've been chatting with a friend non-stop since I sat on this park bench about an hour ago. I won a prize on a TV quiz program, and I've been so excited that I haven't stopped talking about it. I won $35,000. Yes!
I've been cruising on the ocean's calm, glistening water with my yacht since early this morning. What a magnificent day. I've been doing this for years and loving every minute of it.
A certain number of vowels and consonants, plus their various combinations, together make up the basic sounds of English. To speak clearly, the movement of speech organs has to be correct. The lips, tongue, teeth, and the jaw must be in the right positions. In the previous lesson, we covered vowels and their variations. Now let's have a look at some consonants and consonant digraphs. Consonants. Any letter of the alphabet that's not a vowel is a consonant. There are two broad types of consonants, voiced and unvoiced. Voiced means that the vocal cords vibrate to produce the sound, and unvoiced means that no voice is produced. The following pairs of words are produced in the same way, with the only difference that one begins with a voiced consonant and the other with an unvoiced consonant. Now listen and repeat. Bit, pit, zoo, sue, vast, fast, the, th, game, came, jeer, cheer, dear, tear. Consonant digraphs. There are various combinations of consonants that produce different sounds. Consonant digraphs are two consonants that join together but have only one sound. Digraphs can appear anywhere in a word, and knowing them is also helpful for better spelling. Listen and repeat the following common consonant digraphs shown in red. Thick, together, pharmacy, graph, check, church, shirt, bath, tough. Some consonant digraphs have more than one sound. For example, CH digraph can produce 3 different sounds as shown here by their IPA. Ch, k, sh. Listen and repeat the following words. Chill, character, parachute, change, chronic, chandelier, charge, chrome, chic, cheap, ache, niche, chance, chemistry, charade. Now time to listen to a short dialogue between two workmates. Listen out for the punchline.
Did you want to talk to me, Jackson?
Yeah, I got some good news and some bad news for you, Angela.
Oh, aren't I lucky then? Let's have the good news first.
Well, the boss asked me to tell you that you just got 1 week to find another job.
What? 1 week? Don't tell me he's fired me.
Yes, Angela. Unfortunately, he seems to have. He looked pretty serious.
What kind of good news is this, Jackson? Are you having me on?
Oh no, I feel really bad to have to tell you this, and I don't even know why he asked me to break the news to you.
Okay, so tell me the bad news then. Does it get any worse?
Well, yeah, unfortunately it looks that way.
That wasn't a real question, Jackson. Come on, out with it.
Really sorry, Angela. He said that last week, but I forgot to tell you.
The following questions are about the vocabulary used by the speakers, the vocabulary used by the people in the dialogue, as well as the information given on grammar and pronunciation.